My wife cheated with my best friend. Now my daughter's on their side, but he abandoned them. All right, let's get into it. Posting this on a throwaway account for obvious reasons. I don't care if it goes viral or not, I just want it off my chest. My therapist said writing it out might help. So here we go. I, 43 million, was married to Elena, 41 feet, for 19 years, almost 2 decades. We were high school sweethearts, the kind that everyone thought would last forever. You know the type. Prom pictures still framed, hometown wedding, matching Christmas pajamas kind of crap. And for a while we did last. At least I thought we were lasting. We have a daughter, Kayla, 17F. Smart kid, funny, bit of a drama queen, but what teenager isn't? She was always closer to her mom, which I didn't mind. Elena was the fun parent, the one who bought Starbucks without a reason and let her skip school to go to mental health days. I was the guy who made sure the mortgage was paid and the car got an oil change. Anyway, life was fine. Not fireworks every day fine, but the kind of fine where you're content. We had a decent house in a quiet suburb, a Labrador named Max, and matching lawn chairs we bought on sale from Lowe's. Basic stuff, comfortable stuff. Then came Matt. Matt, 44 million, was my best friend since college. My ride or die, my groomsman, my Sunday football buddy. He even crashed at our place once for 3 months when he was going through his divorce from his batshit ex, Samantha. I helped him move his crap out of her house. I helped him start over. I called in favors to get him freelance gigs. Hell, I even introduced him to my coworkers so he'd have a social life again. Guess I should have known then, huh? It started small, the usual signs that only make sense after everything falls apart. Matt started hanging out at our place more often, like a lot more often. At first I thought, hey, he's lonely. Divorce is rough. Then it became dinner 3 nights a week. Then game nights. Then movie nights. Then, oh, I'll just sleep on the couch. I had too much to drive. And Elena, she acted like it was totally normal. Like I was being unreasonable for noticing that she started wearing perfume on Tuesdays. Tuesdays? Who wears perfume on Taco Tuesday? I remember one night I came home late from work, and I walked in on them laughing together in the kitchen. Just the two of them, music playing, wine glasses out, and something in me just paused, like a glitch in the Matrix. I asked Elena what was so funny, and she said, oh, Matt was just telling me about his high school nickname. It's silly. And Matt grinned like he owned the place. I brushed it off. Maybe I didn't want to face it. Maybe I didn't want to be that guy who accuses his wife and best friend of cheating because they laughed at an inside joke. But now, I wish I had been that guy. I wish I had blown up the whole damn kitchen that night. Things started changing. Subtly, but definitely changing. Elena stopped texting me back as quickly. Matt suddenly had inside jokes with my daughter, Kayla. He bought her concert tickets just because. I asked him about it and he said, I just want to be the cool uncle. Cool uncle, my ass. I tried to talk to Elena about boundaries, and she accused me of being jealous. Jealous? Of Matt, the guy who once spilled barbecue sauce in my car and blamed it on the dog. She said I was being insecure and paranoid, that I should trust her, that I was imagining things. So I tried, God help me, I tried. Until one night, Friday, around midnight, I got up to use the bathroom and saw a faint glow coming from the downstairs den. I peeked over the railing and saw the two of them, sitting way too close on the couch. Elena had her legs draped over his lap like it was the most normal thing in the world. And Matt? He was rubbing her feet. Not casually. Intimately. I stood there like an idiot. I didn't even confront them. I just went back to bed. Heart pounding, eyes wide open. Every sound in the house felt like betrayal. The next morning I asked Elena point blank, are you cheating on me with Matt? She stared at me for a full 5 seconds and then said, are you serious right now? No denial. No anger. Just annoyance. Like I'd asked her if she left the milk out. I repeated the question. She rolled her eyes and said, you really need to work on your trust issues. I left for work without another word. A week later, I did something I'm not proud of. I snooped. I know. Privacy, trust, all that. But guess what? When your wife and your best friend start acting like characters in a Hallmark movie, you snoop. I installed a keylogger on our shared computer and checked her iPad when she left it unlocked. And there it was. Dozens of messages, not even hidden well, just sitting there, like they didn't care. Elena, I wish I could fall asleep in your arms every night. Matt, someday soon, babe. We're almost there. Elena, he suspects something. Matt, don't worry, he's too passive to do anything. Too passive. Too passive. That one broke me. You ever scream into a pillow until your throat goes raw? I did. Twice. Then I took screenshots of everything, sent them to my own email, then backed them up on a flash drive, then printed them. I don't know why. Just felt like I needed physical proof that I wasn't crazy. I confronted her that night. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She didn't even look guilty. She just said, I didn't mean for it to happen, but Matt makes me feel seen. I don't even know what that means. I've been seeing her for 19 years, seeing her through every bad haircut, every flu, every breakdown, but Matt made her feel seen? Great. I moved into a friend's basement the next day, so now I'm living in my friend Rob's basement like some divorced sitcom character. Rob's a good dude, one of the few people who didn't cozy up to Matt like he was the second coming of Ryan Reynolds. First few nights, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling fan spinning above the pull-out couch and wondered if I was the problem. If I'd been too boring, too normal, too average for the free-spirited goddess Elena had apparently become. Then I remembered the messages. Too passive to do anything. Game on. I didn't wait. I got a lawyer faster than Matt could say babe. This woman, Sandy Grant, was a force of nature. She looked like someone's sweet aunt until she got into legal mode and became a cross between Judge Judy and a nuclear warhead. We filed for divorce the next Monday. Elena was stunned. Apparently, she thought I'd need time to process and that we could work something out like adults. She didn't like it when Sandy handed her the separation agreement and said we'd be pushing for majority custody of our assets because I was the only one with provable income and zero infidelity baggage. Elena scoffed, "Are you really trying to punish me?" I said, "No. I'm just finally doing something, remember? Not being too passive." She didn't have a comeback for that. Now here's where it gets messy. Kayla, my daughter, she didn't take the news well. At first, she blamed me, said I was breaking up the family and that I was being selfish. Why? Because Elena, being the manipulative genius she is, told Kayla that the divorce was mutual and that I just couldn't handle her friendship with Matt. Friendship? Yeah, all right, I tried explaining. I even showed Kayla the messages, after debating whether it was appropriate. Sandy said to document everything. You know what she said? "You were spying on Mom. That's creepy." Creepy. Not the affair. My reaction was creepy. I backed off. I figured maybe she needed time. She's a teenager. Things are black and white for them. But then, she started calling Matt Dad too. I'm not kidding. They made a TikTok. A goddamn TikTok. It was a lip sync of that, "Hey Dad, can I get some ice cream?" Audio, only instead of me, it was Matt giving her ice cream, while Elena laughed in the background. It went viral on her school account. So what did I do? I got petty, not illegal, not immoral, but petty enough to haunt them. Let me introduce you to a little trick I like to call financial disentanglement with extreme prejudice. I froze joint accounts. Elena didn't think I'd do it. But guess whose name was on everything? Mine. Her precious wine subscription? Gone. Her gym auto-renewal? Declined. Matt's DoorDash orders on my account? Rejected. I called the school board. I told them an unrelated adult, Matt, was picking up my daughter from school without my permission. CPS was contacted. A home visit happened. Elena was furious, and Matt, he stopped coming around as often. I sold the lake cabin. Oh yeah, Elena loved that place. Said it was her retreat. Guess what? It was in my name. Bought it before the marriage. I sold it to my cousin for cheap. Elena tried to argue in court, but my lawyer laughed her out of the room. Now here's where it gets good. Matt started pulling away. Not immediately, but little things. He stopped posting pictures with Elena. He couldn't make it to Kayla's soccer banquet. He told Elena he needed space to figure things out. You know what that means? He got bored? Turns out living with a teenager and a woman with wine-induced mood swings isn't as fun as sleepovers and stolen kisses. I found out from Kayla, who still called me when she needed money, oh, the irony, that Matt moved into a sublet downtown and just needed time to heal. Heal from what exactly? A foot rub-related injury? So Matt needed space, which is hilarious considering the guy couldn't go 5 minutes without being in someone else's business. Or wife, apparently. Elena tried to downplay it, of course. He's just overwhelmed. He's been through a lot. He's scared of commitment. Ma'am, he was scared of commitment while fully committed to wrecking my marriage. Spare me. Anyway, this man, my ex-best friend, dad too, foot massaging legend, ghosted them. Just vanished. Moved out, stopped replying to Kayla, blocked Elena on Instagram. One of her friends told me he was dating a 28-year-old influencer now and had rebranded himself as a motivational speaker. Let me repeat that. Matthew became a motivational speaker. The man who once burned microwave popcorn with the bag open is now giving TED Talks on YouTube about betrayal and personal reinvention. I can't make this up. Meanwhile, Elena was left in a house she couldn't afford, with a teenager who was rapidly learning that Matt 2.0 was just Matt 1.0 with commitment issues and a ring light. While they were unraveling like a cheap Amazon sweater, I was thriving. Rob and I upgraded the basement into a legit apartment. I got promoted at work. Turns out people really like working with a guy who's no longer emotionally drained and perpetually tense. I hit the gym, got a personal trainer, lost 20 pounds, grew a beard. Women started noticing. One even left a note on my windshield at Trader Joe's that said, "Cute dog, you too." I bought a motorcycle. Why? Because I could. Oh, and I started dating again. Carefully, slowly. Met someone kind, smart, emotionally stable. No shared history with my friend group. It's early, but it's healthy. She listens when I talk. She doesn't flirt with my friends. Wild, right? Now for the cherry on top. About 3 weeks ago, I got an email from Elena. Subject line, "Just wondering if we could talk." I almost deleted it, but curiosity got me. Inside was a rambling paragraph about how a lot has changed, and things didn't go as planned, and maybe we could meet for coffee just to catch up. No apology, no ownership. Just this vague, nostalgic attempt to reel me back in with shared history in Starbucks. So I replied, "It was the best email I've ever written in my life. Hey Elena, good to hear from you. Glad you're alive. I've done a lot of thinking these past few months, and I realized something important. I'm not mad anymore. That part of my life, our life, is over. I don't wish you harm. I just don't wish for you at all. Hope Matt's TED Talk was everything you dreamed of. Take care, me." I didn't sign my name, just me. Because I'm not who I was anymore, not the passive guy in the background. Not the guy who ignored the red flags, not the guy who handed his trust out like breath mints. I'm me now. Oh, and Kayla, we're okay. When Matt left, she finally saw the truth. She called me crying one night and said, "I didn't know. I thought he was going to be around forever. I didn't say I told you so. I just listened, because as much as it hurt, she's still my kid. And kids, they believe what they're shown. She was shown a fairy tale, and she got a car crash instead. We're rebuilding, slowly. She comes over every weekend. We cook, we talk. She's thinking about college now. Wants to major in psychology. Maybe she'll write a thesis one day on why her mom fell for a midlife crisis motivational speaker with a weird thing for quinoa. So, yeah, my wife cheated with my best friend. My daughter took their side. He abandoned them both, and I got a second chance. Call it petty. Call it poetic justice. Call it karma. I just call it peace. Thanks for reading, Reddit. Catch me on my motorcycle with my dog, a 6-pack of sparkling water, and 0 regrets.
If you like to watch more videos, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell.